What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Blockchain Warehouse podcast. My name is Milan. I have an incredible guest with us today, the head of business development at ICO Drops. Welcome to the show, Oleg.
Yes, hello guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Oleg, so look, for those who are unfamiliar with ICO Drops, why don't you just dig a little bit deeper? Tell us a bit more about what the platform is and what it actually does.
Yes, sure. So ICO Drops is the analytical platform, and our main purpose is to find great projects in the cryptosphere. Now ICO Drops is a media resource with a website, Telegram community. It's quite huge right now, 40,000
Wow.
members, Twitter, and also there is an investment fund which aims to invest in the best projects we find. So this is like the ecosystem for investor to find and to see whether this project is nice and how it's better to invest in these crypto projects right now.
Got it. Okay, cool. And before we get into ICO Drops in more detail, just tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get into blockchain? When did you get into it? And what is your sort of personal story that got you to this point?
Yes, sure. The first time I heard about Bitcoin, I think it was April 2013.
Right.
Yes, during price rally when the value drops like from 5 to 10% daily, but I haven't bought some Bitcoin at that date. It's my fault, and but this is the time I have ever heard about Bitcoin. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But I really got into crypto and blockchain. I think that during previous spring and summer, yes, last year, I saw that there was some crypto funds in the news, and I haven't ever heard about these crypto funds, and I tried to learn more about them, and that's how I turned to be the crypto investor.
Right. Okay. And why did you choose ICO specifically? Why is that something that you guys decided to focus on?
No, first I tried to make portfolio investments and studied strategies of how to rebalance your portfolio and stuff like that. And during that days, it wasn't very successful, but because the market wasn't very bullish. I've seen guys doing trading, but it was crazy for me how someone really could do daily trading on this manipulative market. And we were talking not about long trades, but daily trades. And I found that projects in crypto doesn't appear like from nowhere. There is some process of fundraising, and this is quite unique and unknown sphere for me. That project can get very quick fundraising, and people also have the opportunity to make quick profits. And it was quite interesting. And I was investing in first ICO like, hey guys, let's make some gambling here. But it was successful nevertheless. And after I was searching for the resources and influencers and teams who could help me to find next golden ICO. And after I joined ICO Drops, it was like the end of my search, and I understand that I found the guys who could help me. Yes.
Got it. Perfect. And what is it that when you look at an ICO, what is something that jumps out to you and makes you think like, aha, like this is just such a great project?
It's really, I think that this is quite hard question, because it really depends on the market of the project, of its sphere. But I think that I could just structure the answer. How do we usually structure our analysis? So in ICO Drops, there are three main indicators of whether this ICO is successful or not. The first one is the risk rate. The second one is return on investment rate, and the third one is the hype rate.
Okay.
And yes, and if you compare all of these indicators and everything is good, the ICO this way is successful. And maybe I should talk about each indicator a little bit in depth.
Yes, yeah, that would be great. I was just going to ask that. If you can break down each indicator in more detail, like a risk rate, what specifically do you look for in each of these indicators? Because if an ICO, if the CEO of an ICO token is listening to this right now, and he's looked at these three indicators, what does he need to know specifically? And like a bit more like a tick box, I suppose. What does he need to tick in each box to ensure he gets rated on your website and it's up there with the rest?
Yes, sure. So if we speak about risk rate, there is, if you want to find something wrong or bad about ICO, you can usually find it, because all of these crypto projects are quite young, and I don't think that there is one that absolutely successful in terms of risk and mitigation. But I think that some of the risk, like roadmap, unprofessional team, lack or some greedy metrics, country and industry risk, there is just some stuff that isn't very good about the project, and we always try to make our report with these risk factors, if there are any risk that we see in the project. And in case you want to be successful in terms of this metric, I think that you should just build nice project with the clear token metrics, nice team, nice background. And if you find that some of your members didn't really work in this company, or with this guy, he doesn't have such experience, this is like a red flag for us. So
Right.
this is yes, like risk in common, like
Okay.
in our life. And there is second metric. It's much more interesting. I think that this is the return on investment level, and this is how we try to make the evaluations of the projects. First, we see what are the competitors of the project, and what about their market cap. And for example, it's crazy right now to see how projects trying to collecting $30 million while their competitors are trading on 20. Yes, it's quite crazy, and they just, some of them don't want to change and to adopt to this market. And this is the example of how they try to shift their risk to the investors, not to face their own risk on the current market. And we also do some relationship tracking, like project advisor fund. And we build a table where we track all of the entries of all of the funds into the project, and we try to understand the return on investment of each fund and each advisor. If, for example, there is a bunch of red advisors and not very successful funds in the project, it means that this project just couldn't be very successful, and we try to make it not in a qualitative but in a quantitative way.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay,
yes,
cool.
maybe. And also there is some statistics of different categories of projects, token sale formats and metrics, and ICO structures, and we try to evaluate this part also. And the third one is a hype rate, and this is quite simple. We are assessing and monitoring all of the social activity around the project, and not only in terms of the quantity of followers, but there is some social tools on our website where we track how many followers of this project really write messages, and what is the percentage, and how many messages are there in the groups. This is how we can track whether this traffic is a toxic one from, I don't know, airdrops, or this is nice traffic and lots of the community trying to communicate.
Right, and these tools that you use, are they like publicly available tools, or are they like actual algorithms that were specifically created by you to test the viability of certain projects?
These tools are publicly available. You can just go to ICO.jobs website, ICO social stats, and see what are the stats for all of these projects listed on our website.
Okay, cool. And that actually answers my next question, because that was going to be on what are some of the red flags that kind of stick out to you in this industry to kind of, you know, separate the good projects from the bad ones. And I think you touched on that quite interestingly. It's the advisors, it's the project history, it's the history of the actual person doing the ICO. It's multiple factors that come into play, right? Is there anything that I've missed out there at all?
I think that you're absolutely right. Lots of the factors like team and advisors, we always track and try to check their background and find facts that they really have experience. If not, this is the red flag. And also some of the red flags we usually find in white paper or in the GitHub of the project. Sometimes you can just have a look in the white paper, and so many projects, if we speak about bad one, can just make the nice white paper with all of the business and crypto development aspects. And for example, the way they state in the white paper that we're going to build some really nice stuff, and you open their GitHub and you see some newbie mistakes in their code, it's hard to evaluate the project with a nice interest level. And I think that the most interesting is sales structure. Most of the projects try to make the team and advisors very experienced. White paper is nice, but when it comes to the sales structure, there is a lot of problems. For example, not clear financing scheme, a lack of the understanding of the exact size of each round and the round valuation, strange investors and pools that are coming from these investors for the public different price in one round or different lockup investing periods. Also, there is some change of conditions on the move, like in the middle of fundraising, the project decides to make it in another way, and a lot of problems on this stage. And we always try to show all of these problems in our reports. We publish the report for each project to the community, and only after that, after some feedback, we make final evaluation and interest level.
Yeah, I think you've really hit the nail on the head there, because a lot of ICO tokens that may come to your website, they may not understand where they fall short. And by providing reports, you're actually providing incredibly valuable information. Now, if they actually see this report, they see all these things wrong with it and they correct them, can they then resubmit the token to your website and then perhaps get a better ranking?
Yes, sometimes projects ask us about, hey guys, please show us your report. They are usually public, but nevertheless they try to find the reasons why we rated this project with this interest level or another. And some of the projects really try to fix the problems, and after that we publish new version and
Amazing.
the new rating. Yes, and you are right. This is what distinguishes ICO drops from the other websites. Our community, it's quite big, and they always, it's like a game. They always try to find some not objectiveness about our research, and they, hey guys, you are wrong. Please take a look.
Yeah.
We always like playing a game. Whether you want to make the report about the projects, and community want to fix the mistakes, and this is how we collect the feedback.
Got it. Perfect. Now, Oleg, from your opinion, what do you see as the future of this industry? Obviously, we had an incredible start to the year, and then it all kind of went downhill really quickly. Do you see it picking back up towards the end of the year, beginning of next year? What's your kind of personal opinion based on any kind of news you may have read?
If we speak about industry, not the prices, I think that we really need to think about new rules of fundraising with the partial financing of the project according to the development roadmap. Right now, project just gain all of this Ethereum, and they can do it with it whatever they want, like selling. Right now, we see a lot of selling of Ethereum from the very earliest projects on Ethereum. Like Digix, yes, they're selling lots of Ethereum. And new forms, I think that we need to search for the new forms of token utility and adoption. I believe that in the bright future, no one could have doubts how crypto can really affect our routine and daily experience. Because right now you can just use crypto to solve your everyday problems. If we're not speaking about some value transferring, and I think that the most important is how projects organize the structure of fundraising. I can understand that it's more safely to make huge rounds for the financing with the funds and private investors. You get big money with one entity and with a nice level of support. But this really affects the community. And this fight for the one Ethereum allocation with the proof of work or something is terrible right now. And there are some projects who aims to build another structure of the token sale, and I hope to see more and more coming with the new view of how fundraising should be organized.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I think that in terms of actual use cases, it's difficult to assess that at this current given moment in time. But in terms of, let's talk price, in terms of the actual price increase, do you think that, like, when do you think the next bull run will be?
You know, people are really greedy. And, yes, and this is why we can speak about these pumps and dumps. And I think we can face two situations in the near future. The first one is the money from institutional investors after some green lights from the legislation. And this is the quick way, because you need to make money. If you want to make money, you need to make like pumps and dumps. And there was nice bearish market, and I believe it's enough for the downtrend, and maybe we can face it even in this winter, some new nice pump. But if there is no some legislation approval or green light, there should be another way of how crypto could be great again. And this is more like the crypto revolution with the new adoption, new market caps, new fundraising mechanism, with even more scrupulously washing out the dirt from the market. And I think that this scenario is really, it's take much longer for us to make this a new way of crypto financing and adoption.
Okay.
So so in ICO drops, we hope to see this winter bull run. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's interesting. Now, look, Oleg, from all of the sort of ICOs and tokens that have been live on ICO drops, what do the most successful ones have in common from your experience that actually hit their soft cap and hard cap? Yes, we know they have to have a strong white paper. Yes, we know that they have to have a strong team. Yes, we know, you've got to have a strong explainer video, board of advisors, all these types of things. But is there something fundamental to the way they approach their market, maybe their marketing strategies, maybe how they're getting other people to talk about their specific tokens? Is there something specific there that you see all of the most successful ICOs doing, that are all hitting their targets doing, from your experience?
It's quite interesting question. Yes, and I can divide it to two different paths.
Okay.
The first path is the project with a nice support. And here we talk about exchanges, funds, influencers, and in this path, it doesn't matter what the project is about. This is only about some nice support, hype, pump, exchanges, listings, low circulation, market making. And I don't want to speak about this way, because this is the easy way. If the project have nice connections, they can just push their idea, and it doesn't matter what it's all about. But let's speak about the different way, and this is the projects with, as you said, perfect tech, great team. But what really matters is the care about the community. And I don't speak, and when I say care, this is not like nice Telegram admins or nice videos and nice website. No, the care here is to have really nice ICO structure with understandable and honest rounds and nice development roadmap. And in this way, not only their hype and funds connecting people, this is not ICO marketing campaign. The technology and how ICO is organized, what really can connect people together and believe in project. It was like in the holochain. No funds, no support, but the perfect tech part. And the people were connected and gathered about this project without any strategies, marketing campaigns, video, website, and stuff like that. This is the nice way of doing your ICO.
Okay, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know with ICO drops, you also do like advertisements on the website. People can actually sponsor to actually get their sort of tokens listed quite highly. Do you find that how much traffic and how much traction can one expect if a CEO of an ICO token is listening to this right now? How much traction can they expect to actually, get if they actually get sponsored posts on there?
Yes. As you said, ICO can really be sponsored on our website, and this is the only way how we collect money.
Okay.
Yes, this is the only zone on the website where project can be featured with the sponsored link. And right now, ICO Drops is a website with the 20 or 30,000 unique visitors per day.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, I thought you were going to say like per month or per week, but per day, that's very impressive.
I think that right now on this market with this Ethereum price, it's about from 50 to 20,000. But in August, it was about 25 to 30 unique visitors per day. And this is the traffic that goes to the ICO if it's quite interesting. And we always, if the project haven't ever bought some sponsored link on the website, we always share the information in our Telegram and Twitter. And this is absolutely free for the community. We share our reports. And what's interesting, we only allow sponsored link for the projects that are already listed on the website. You can just come from the street and buy this sponsorship. You should go through the whole process of listing with the 3 teams that make the evaluation of the projects and the community feedback. If you are listed, okay, let's speak about their sponsored link.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense. Right, I think my next question was like, what is the procedure? Like, if I was an ICO token CEO holder and I wanted to list my token on your platform, talk us through the exact step-by-step procedure on how I would do that.
Okay, so I think that there are around 40 people in the core team, and these 40 people divided in the 3 groups. And 3 groups are the 3 steps of how we evaluate the interest level of the project.
Okay, perfect.
The first step it's a sandbox. We call it the sandbox because these guys are making quick assessment of the project and voting on transfer it on the next stage. And only the projects that obtain a certain percentage of positive votes may go further. Yes, and they are searching for hundreds of projects per day. They're like really 5-minute analysis. And if the project goes to the next stage, there is a working group. And this group make a full report of every project, and this report goes to the community. And I think there are from 3 to 5 iterations of each report. We update it on the weekly or other basis. And the working group consists of 5 teams, and there are 3 people in each team. They're quite experienced guys in their area, like tech guys, marketing guys. And after the report is published, other 4 groups always look at the report to make it more objective. If there are some misunderstanding, we always fix it. And after the report was published and community feedback was gathered, the final report goes to the experts, and they make a final decision whether we should list this project, how should we rate this project, and whether we want to invest in this project like a fund. And these experts are also voting, and no one in ICO Drops can push his own vote. Only after collecting the whole votes we can be sure that this project should be rated with this interest level.
Yeah, amazing. So that ensures that there's no kind of bias of any sort. You know, you collectively have everybody's votes, and only then an informative decision is made. Okay, that's definitely incredibly exciting. Now, Oleg, I mean, that's it in terms of my questions. Was there anything else, like any exciting updates or anything you guys are working on in ICO Drops that you want to share with the thousands of people that may be listening to this?
Yes, as I talked earlier, we are preparing the new version of the website right now.
Amazing. Okay.
And on this new version, there will be a whole new ecosystem how you can organize your ICO investing.
Yeah.
And we also think about a new feature of post-ICO rating, because right now, all of these influencers and the researchers make only ICO stage rating. And this is absolutely different, absolutely, because, for example, during ICO stage, the project can be low rated because of his token metrics, market capitalization of the crypto overall, and stuff like that. But after ICO, nice projects can really gain a lot of support. And we always try to track these ICOs that show successful development roadmap, and this is, I think, would be the new feature of our platform, post ICO rating, and this is what community needs right now on this red market, I think.
Amazing. Love it. Oleg, well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure. Dude, you are incredible. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I definitely learned an incredible amount about ICO Drops, your rating system, the way you evaluate actual tokens. So I'm sure this will be incredibly helpful to the thousands of people tuning in. So yeah, dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you very much, Milan. It was a pleasure to speak with you, and hope to see you in real life, maybe on the Singapore, yes, and in other places, yes.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, yes.
Thanks.